from huge Macintosh to dry pack, this one is the terrible show that Zhao Liang least needs to specify in her acting profession. I have perused the first work of You Outlaw. Peace scholarly gifts are splendid and the story is smooth. Perusing this novel resembles unfurling a parchment. The young lady in the house truly coexisted with her. Yet, the Yu Fei television series that I've been sitting tight for such a long time. It's difficult to depict. As a real champion show, we need to make reference to that our courageous woman is Zhou Fei played by Zhao Liang Yangbao. At the point when the elder sibling Li Sheng was showing his clenched hands and kicks with different pupils, a devotee referenced Zhou Fei's name, giving individuals the feeling that the courageous woman is generally excellent at kung fu. Then, the courageous woman with a container of good wine made her authority debut. She seems to be this. Stand by, is this the adorable and charming blade I've cherished for a really long time? I generally feel that something is off base. Investigating, 2 words unintentionally got out of his mouth, the drapery rolls down from the west and the sun sets, and the excellence is far away from her nightfall. Recall the past information? Shen Minglan, played by Dao Zi, seems to be this, an appropriately sprouting young lady. In the first book, Zhou Fei is a 13 or 14-year-old young lady courageous, cheerful, and an infant calf isn't anxious about tigers. Be that as it may, seeing Zhao Liangbao's marginally climate-beaten face, oh. I feel that 48 towns are not truly adept at safeguarding individuals. We should take a gander at Fihuadao once more. If a film and TV show needs to bring the crowd a definitive visual articulation, Fihuadao is a vital part. A decent Fihuadao could upgrade the excellence at any point as well as show the personality of the characters. In this play, our blades are worn this way. It seems like I have abruptly joined the transient posse. Disregard it. How about we take a gander at the remarks of netizens? Is this still a combative techniques show all things considered? There are still a ton of battling scenes. In the first book, Zhou Fei is best at employing enormous swords. Yet, see this stance, it's not Zhou Fei playing blades, it's Zhou Fei playing swords. I was very apprehensive watching, and, surprisingly, the little hands that got the noodles couldn't resist the urge to shake multiple times, for dread that in the event that the blade was not focusing, I would hurl myself out as Leo. What was significantly more unforeseen may be the most exciting skirmish of the A great many machines depicted in the first book. Zhou Fei nearly kicked the bucket here when he ran into the Mojiang waterway. Ziyun looked over the tremendous pulley in the stream. Before had opportunity and willpower to consider it, he tumbled from the edge of the bluff, and broke it at the pulley like a breeze. Water, that young lady let go, this thing can't be conveyed by labor living. Obviously, Zhou Fei couldn't hang on anymore, yet subsequent to hanging on for some time, her jaws appeared to be parting open. She ventured back a portion of a stage, and simultaneously twisted down on her back while pulling out her solidarity. Her midriff was nearly collapsed into equal parts, tense. The dead close strings flicked in the water, and there was a buzz sound, sprinkling layers of waves, from base to top, savagely brushing past her. A man in dark fell a couple of feet away out of nowhere. His development was quick to the point that individuals couldn't see the manner in which he came from. The man lifted one hand, holding a night pearl in his palm, mirroring all the plot lines around him. Try not to contact the lead wire, the guest murmured, follow me. The excluded visitor's gentility kung fu is high to the point that Zhou Fei has never seen it in his life. Despite the fact that she discussed her life, she truly didn't meet many individuals. There isn't so much as a drop of water where he lands, similar to a drifting phantom, yet where he lands is incredibly exact, and that's just the beginning and more strings are growing from the stream, and he fails to understand how he evades, yet there isn't one can tear the side of his garments. Zhou Fei was shocked, and said in her heart, is it a human or a phantom? This section portrays Qianji's unusual changes, Ziyun's significant information, Zhou Fei and Li Sheng's kids' playhouse, however you watch our television series once more. Unexplainable two-fold turn. Bizarre performance turn. What's more, the canine food-spreading couple who tossed the elder sibling to the side kept on turning. In this present circumstance, I might want to recite a sonnet. The enchanted force of affection circumvents around and around, considering you in full sprout, night and day. Fly on water, yet additionally ashore. Indeed, I made an honest effort to remind the crowd that this is a hand-to-hand fighting show. The male and female heroes have high combative techniques abilities, and they fly like we are going down the stairs to sell vegetables. In the wake of seeing such countless well-known scenes, I'm essentially certain that the chief should love Jolin Tsai, and he has just adored the melody-moving young lady for a long time. Okay, turn, 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 turn. I don't have any idea why knights like to pivot, perhaps it can stand out for her. Thus, our Zhou Fei likewise joined Ziyun and turned into a moving young lady in battling. I appear to hear the voice of Dao Z. Mightn't you at any point go to the sky? I will move you to the ground. Thus, we saw such an intriguing sight. Indeed, now is the ideal time to flaunt the well-known work of Dao Z. Ziyun, played by Wang Yibo, who was brought into the world in 1997, has pretty much no clue of CP. In addition to other things, when Ziyun, a post-95 age, considered Zhou Fei a younger sibling to a post-85 age, I truly got into a show. Despite face shape and express, the two individuals' feeling of language isn't correct. Here I will gripe about Zhao Liang's naming. It's named by a beginner haphazardly got in the city. Opening her mouth resembles an eager chicken shouting, and the Twitter trill tweet peep made my head hurt. Furthermore, Wang Yibo is excessively unacceptable for the job of Ziyun. In spite of the fact that I hate the first book, I realize that Ziyun is the white twilight in many individuals' hearts. He is charming, energetic, ignoring life and passing, warm and exemplary, a chicken cheat with a little honesty simultaneously. He seems to be a young person. It's a piece like Up Wei Wuxin from Chen Qingling. The Ziyun played by Wang Yibo, how might I put it, jabbers, is recognizable, and has no skin or face. The most incredibly awful thing is that she is purposely charming and vivacious for being energetic and adorable. Such an intentional demonstration caused it to create the impression that this character is phony, not the least bit Ziyun's character that is hot outwardly and cold within. Run down in one sentence. Toward the starting he deciphered Lan Wangji as a shock, this time he deciphered Ziyun as a frightfulness. It very well may be seen that being attractive to win every one of the teenagers isn't sufficient. Likewise, there are as yet many defects in this show, like the setting, the enhancements of 30 pennies, the hard-to-miss pattern. I won't discuss these. The most unacceptable thing is that its design doesn't adjust to the first work by any means. Whenever I read the first book, I was profoundly dazzled by the combative technique streams and lakes composed by P. Zhou Fei's gallant exemplary nature, from passing on the 48 towns to encounter hardships on the planet, has developed bit by bit into a resilient man in his dad's mouth. Ziyun's naughty and charm, from loving Zhou Fei to her otherworldly profound respect, the composing is fastidious and moderate. Different characters are likewise brilliant in their own particular manner. Duan Junying, who is obsessed with affection lastly forfeited for adoration. Chen Chuchu, an enchanting young lady who doesn't figure out hand-to-hand fighting and has her own considerations yet continuously grasps the world. Li Jinrong, the top of the 48 towns, conveyed the whole 48 towns without anyone else. Each character is new and full, not baseless, and each story is soul-mixing, which causes individuals to need to moan. This Streams and Lakes is a major universe of stowed-away mythical beasts and hunching tigers. In any case, shouldn't something be said about the television series? No big surprise Yang Bao couldn't resist the urge to whine. It appears to be that he was swindled by the financial backer. 02. No name held hands with Wang Yibo. Is it Cheng Emergency Room certainty or Wang Yibo's karma? The spring celebration document of the Time of the Bunny opened the preface to the full recuperation of the entertainment world after the opening up of the entire society. Numerous motion pictures delivered throughout the spring celebration, whether it is Manjiang Hong, The Meandering Earth, or Obscure and Remote Ocean, have shown extensive characteristics surpassing those of similar period in earlier years with regards to film industry and verbal. In the present substance, let us discuss a high-scoring film in the spring celebration document No Name. The movie is coordinated by Cheng Trama Center, featuring Tony Leung, Wang Yibo, Dapan, Wang Chuanjun, Zhou Sun, Zhang Shuang, Wang Lei, Zhang Jinggai and others. The tale of No Name is exceptionally basic, or at least, the underground party played by Tony Leung, Wang Yibo, Zhou Sun, and Zhang Jinggai is to oppose Japan and save the nation, or prowls in the Wang mannequin government, or concedes to firecrackers and willow paths, taking data, killing double-crossers, and killing Japanese trespassers as story. In this story, Cheng Emergency Room planned different inversions, permitting GP played by Tony Leung and Secretary Yi played by Wang Yibo to propel bit by bit in two lines, one brilliant and one dim. Through participation in conflict, awful and clever forfeits at long last aided our nation effectively recuperated the Upper East. Be that as it may, in this apparently straightforward story, Cheng Trama Center embraced an account construction of various breaks and flashbacks, upsetting the whole storyline, extraordinarily expanding the tension of the film, and furthermore expanding the crowd's trouble in understanding somewhat. With the last recuperation of the Upper East and the uncover of the character of the underground party played by Wang Yibo, many apparently disarranged, confounding timetable dots were hung together to turn into a lovely pearl jewelry. That's what numerous watchers said No Name resembles a duplicate of heartfelt vanishing history. In the low and chilling tone of the entire film, there is another remarkable sentiment, very much like Tony Leung sitting external the dull yellow window. Cigarettes, smoothly hiding reasonable franticness. Cheng Drama Center involved exceptionally capable procedures in No Name to make a basic story loaded with tension. Combined with the incredible expressiveness of the entertainers, No Name has a ton of space for taste and trailing sensation. Tony Leung, Jo Soon and Wang Lei showed predictable security. The strong and withdrawn exhibition style makes the person's art, conduct and character fit well. The exhibitions of Wang Yibo, Dapan, and Wang Chuanjin didn't frustrate by the same token. This has settled the verbal exchange in film industry of the whole film, and kept a decent situation as far as the film booking rate and film industry portion of the Spring Celebration record. As one of the main entertainers of No Name, Wang Yibo has for some time been questionable. In spite of the fact that he has featured in many film and TV dramatizations, there are relatively few works that really perceive his ability to act. Wang Yibo's supervisory crew additionally needs design and assist him with changing. Under such a reason, Wang Yibo picked Wu Ming and Cheng Drama Center, which not just showed major areas of strength for the activity capacity of his financier organization, yet additionally showed his assumption for a further profession. What's more, Cheng Drama Center picked Wang Yibo, which isn't just a sure and striking endeavor, yet additionally gives his film an additional market in shore. Numerous simple show entertainers will be censured by the crowd for having an emotionless expression, and they generally have similar articulation in any film they act in. Yet, it likewise is by all accounts an articulation. However, a great entertainer can communicate a rich inward world through his eyes or miniature articulations. In No Name, Cheng Emergency Room is attempting to prepare Wang Yibo along these lines, and the job of Secretary Yi that he decided for him likewise gave Wang Yibo more execution space and a feeling of safety. So we will see that as despite the fact that Secretary Yi of the Noodle Eatery, Secretary Yi of the Japanese food store, Chief Wang who shot and killed Wang Chuanjin, and Secretary Yi who battled with Chief Yi are still in a harsh state, they are blending in their eyes and miniature articulations. Also, presents the mental express that the person ought to have around then. What's more, the alleged feeling of safety in this job likewise lies in this. Since regardless of whether it is hard for Wang Yibo to recognize, the slender appearance of this character won't influence what is happening. Cheng Emergency Room's endeavor can be supposed to find success. Wang Yibo likewise passed Cheng Drama Center's schoolwork. Furthermore, Wu Ming likewise won ensured traffic from Wang Yibo based on Cheng Emergency Room's case that he didn't do an excessive amount of exposure. The endeavor of No Name may likewise give a potential course to the change of numerous icon specialists. Find a decent book, fit a decent chief who will prepare himself, let himself drench himself in the job and work on himself, and let his fan traffic become keep the establishment, and afterward assist yourself complete the change with the gift of the film's great fruition. Later No Name, Wang Yibo has 2 additional movies to be delivered, Fight Overhead and Peacekeeping Enemy of Uproar Group. 2023 might be a chance for him to genuinely move from the fan circle to general society, and let individuals see a greater amount of his improvement. As a generally specialty tension film with a complicated construction, No Name at present has a film industry record of around 500 million yuan in the Spring Celebration.